But God saved my house. Why are all of my neighbors? Why are they?
The devastating Wildfire in California has claimed the lives of over 20 people, leaving behind a trail of destruction that has consumed homes, dreams, and memories. Among the heartbreak, one story stands out, a story that reminds us of the grace of God, even in the darkest of times.
It probably feels like the nightmare will never end as people in Southern California face a sixth straight day of deadly wildfires. Crews still at it, with winds expected to intensify again this week. At least 24 people have lost their lives. The Palisades fire still largely uncontained, and it's already the most destructive fire in LA County history. One local official says more than 5,000 homes have been wiped out in the Palisades fire alone. Thousands losing everything in a matter of hours, including one family who lost their daughter's ashes.
We had a daughter 15 years ago. She'd be 15, and she passed away when she was 1, and her ashes were in our home, and they're gone. Like, every memory, every piece of physical evidence of her life is just gone, and that hurts.
Critical fire conditions flaring up once again, with the National Weather Service warning of a, quote, particularly dangerous situation by midweek. All of this threatening to fuel the major fires, which have already burned more than 40,000 acres in just under a week. That is an area bigger than the size of Paris, France. California Governor Gavin Newsom says fire crews are moving into hotspots in advance.
This resident's home in Los Angeles, California, miraculously remained untouched while flames ravaged everything around it. In this clip, you can see his house, a striking image of hope, still standing, untouched by the wildfire that consumed his neighbors' homes. His next-door neighbors lost everything. Their property was reduced to rubble as flames showed no mercy. Prominent structures like the Hopkins home, once surrounded by lush vegetation, are now barren wastelands, and yet his house remains unscathed. How? Many believe this to be nothing short of divine intervention, a miracle of God's protection in the midst of chaos.
I shouldn't be crying because my entire block is burnt down. But God saved my house. Why are all of my neighbors? Why are they in the middle of 2 burnt down blocks? There's one house standing, and that's mine.
This isn't the first time we've heard of God's hand at work in such tragedies. Well-known Christians, including Kevin Sorbo, Kirk Cameron, and Brenda Epperson, have all shared miraculous testimonies of survival during the California wildfires. Each of their stories serves as a reminder of God's goodness, even in times of unimaginable loss. There are those who offer other explanations. Some claim his structure was spared because he didn't have a meter, while others attribute it to sheer luck. But can we truly dismiss the possibility of a miracle?
Many people attribute the survival of a single house in an area otherwise decimated by these fires to luck or good fortune. But this woman made a video, and it makes me wonder if there's something else that could be at play. But probably not.
So I talked to the owner of this house right here in Pasadena. I talked to the owner. The owner does not have a smart meter on this house, on the front part of his house. There's no smart meter. No smart meter. So the house did not burn. The back house is the part of the house that had the smart meter, and everything in the back of his house is burnt.
So let's start investigating. If you're in California, go to a surviving house and ask the owner some questions and get back to me, and we'll make a whole series about it.
God moves in mysterious ways we cannot always see or comprehend. And while we marvel at these stories of divine protection, our hearts remain heavy for those who weren't as fortunate. Entire families have been displaced, their loved ones lost to the flames, their lives forever changed. Let us not forget them. Let us continue to pray for those who have been severely affected by these wildfires. Pray that God will grant them the strength to rise from the ashes, to find hope amidst the heartbreak, and to rebuild what has been lost. Restoration may take time, but the God we serve is a God of restoration. He makes beauty from ashes, hope from despair, and life from what seems utterly broken. Even in tragedy, there is a glimmer of hope, a reminder that no matter how great the loss, God is still at work, and He will make all things new in His time.